What's up, guys? Today I'm here with
Damon from InfiniGods.
Yo, it's a pleasure to meet you here, sir, and your team. I've been connected and playing your game for quite some time now. And I would say confidently it is at least a top 5 mobile gaming across Web3. So let's talk a little bit more about mobile gaming.
Sure.
Why do you guys decide to go mobile versus PC?
So actually we started and we had a few titles that we started with that were PC based.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember Merge. We had an InfiniMerge game, Merge game at the beginning a few years ago. And then we did another kind of strategy game called Immortal Siege, actually.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so they were really popular, and it gave us an opportunity to kind of test out the technology that we knew we needed to make Web3 work in mobile. But the tooling at the beginning a few years ago just didn't exist to actually go onto mobile. And so now that it does, we've changed our focus because we know that mobile is really the only place to really scale a game to millions of users.
Yeah, now let's talk a little bit about King of Destiny, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you share some numbers, like across users, daily active users?
Yeah, so we have over 2 million users that we acquired through various channels. You know, they're a mix between Web2 traditional game players and Web3 players as well. And our revenue numbers are quite good. Some days we have over $1 average revenue per user, which is quite a good number in mobile terms. You know, if you compare it to like the benchmarks in Web2.
Yep.
When we're running our campaigns and events, things like this, the revenue will spike. In terms of retention, so retention is a tricky one because there's an overall retention number that takes into account everyone playing the game. And since we have a mix of users, the retention's quite different.
Yeah.
Web3 user retention's much higher.
Yeah.
So our Web3 retention, we have a day 30 Web3 retention of over 80%, which is quite amazing. It's normally a number I don't quote too often because people think I'm lying, which I'm not, because it's such an unusual number. The blended retention number, our day 30 retention's closer to the 15% range, which is anything over 10% as an aggregated number is considered quite good.
Yeah.
So we're very happy with that number as well.
You know, giving you another tough question, is InfiniGods gonna be launching any new games, new titles?
I mean, so that's a tricky one when you're running a games business, because the reason to do a new game is if your current game maybe isn't living up to your expectations, or you have a lot of additional resource and you want to put it into some new development.
Correct.
There's a lot to be said for focusing on something that's working. And right now, the numbers that I quoted you for King of Destiny, those are good numbers. And our user base of 2 million users in mobile terms is still quite small. So we think that there's so much potential and opportunity just for King of Destiny itself that we think doubling down and focusing on that is a lot smarter of a choice for us.
Bam! Guys, that's some alpha right now. If you have not played King of Destiny, this is your sign to actually be downloading that game, playing that game. Okay, now let's talk a little bit more about your recent TGE, as well as you guys announced Godchain.
Yeah, that's right.
What are some of the plans, near term, midterm?
Yeah.
So your ultimate vision.
Yeah, for sure. So actually, some of the vision is actually working as of right now. So when we launched our token, our long-term ambition is for God to become a means of exchange within the entire gaming ecosystem that we built. And right now we have the single app King of Destiny. But we wanted to eventually get to the point where you can, just as easily as you buy any in-app purchase today in mobile, you can buy Godcoin. Now, we actually have that working right now. It's just not so easy in-app double-click.
Not seamless enough.
It's actually, we created a web store first.
Web store first.
So we sell the same packages that you can get in-app, but we sell them at a better discount online on our web store, and they're purchasable in God. So, like for example, Apple has a limit. You know, you can have in-app purchase packages greater than $100. Some of our users, believe it or not, have asked for much higher volumes, and they don't like clicking the button for $100 100 times or something. So we sold 50,000 USDC kind of before Godcoin launched. Now all of our web store, when you buy anything on our web store, it's all purchasable in God.
That's awesome.
So we'll pull more of that into the game and make that a more seamless experience for people who don't even know what a token is, and for a traditional user. That's the medium, call it term goal for God token. And then under the hood, we'll just be buying it off of decentralized exchange, something like this. But the user won't know.
So what's the whole vision to having Godchain, just to power all these?
Yeah, so it's really to power all these experiences, and to also we'll start to explore the publisher space. We're starting that because we self-publish King of Destiny.
Correct.
We have a lot of members on the team that have quite a lot of experience in different areas of marketing, product development, etc. And we want to kind of expose that as a service for existing Web3 and even Web2 companies more specifically, to help onboard them into the Web3 ecosystem, because we think there's a lot of tools that are very unique, and we have the experienced team that I think will help guide those users who don't understand the space. So we'll branch out more into the publisher side of the space.
That's another alpha right there. Last question.
Yeah.
Any early alpha or leaks that you can share about InfiniGods or God or the whole Godchain, anything?
Look, I mean, it's early days on the token. I mean, you can look at the token price, you can look at the volume on the token. I think it has a huge opportunity. I mean, really, I think it represents a very unique opportunity to invest in the company as we continue to grow through our plans. Now, you can actually see on the decentralized exchanges, people making microtransactions on our web store. You'll actually see it come up on the decentralized exchange because we're routing that traffic.
Wow.
So as that starts to grow and expand,
even more,
that should have a very healthy impact.
It will become very, very obvious.
Yeah, that's right. So my alpha is, understanding that long-term vision. If that's something you think that, makes sense, that would be something I'd seriously look at as a player, as a customer.
Today, I have the pleasure to chat with you.
It's a pleasure's mine.
And also, you sharing the vision out to my audience.
I'm happy to.
We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Bam.